Hi, I'm Tony Northrup, and for my book Stunning Digital Photography, I'm in Glasgow, Scotland, in George Square to show you how to take night pictures in a city. Now, night pictures in a city are much easier than taking them in rural areas because cities are populated with this light all the time. That allows you to autofocus and even hand-hold your camera at some higher ISOs. So, the first thing I'll do is I'll show you the easy way to take a night shot, which is just to set your camera to a really high ISO and then take a snapshot handheld. So my camera's set at ISO 6400, and I'll go ahead and take a shot of the building behind me. That gave me a shutter speed of about 1/20th of a second, which on the super wide angle lens was enough for me to hand hold it. Now, that's good enough for your Facebook page, but if you zoom in there, you'll see it's really, really noisy, and this camera's about as good as you're going to get for low noise at high ISOs. So, like I said, it's okay if you want to just post it on Facebook, but if you want to get a nice print out of it, or maybe you want to sell it commercially, you're going to want to get some better quality. So I always shoot at ISO 100. So if you're going to do that, you're going to get shutter speeds of about 4 seconds in cities, and you can't hand hold for that kind of length. You're going to need to put your camera on a tripod. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to set my camera to ISO 100 and then put it on the tripod. The camera auto-exposed at 3 seconds, and that's a much better shot than the previous one. As you can see, the noise is much, much lower. But looking at the histogram, it's not ideal. Now, if you just look at the camera's preview for a night shot, it's going to look pretty good. But you want to work on the histogram at night. You want to make sure that the right side is populated, because anything on the left side of the histogram is going to still be very noisy, even at ISO 100. So for single night shots, I like to make sure that the right edge has just a little bit of lights climbing up it. You want to overexpose the brighter lights enough that the picture overall is balanced. So I'm still going to use auto exposure, but I'm going to increase the exposure compensation just one stop. Now, that gave me a 6-second exposure, and to your eye, that might seem a little bit overexposed. But what you can do is bring it into your computer at home and then drop the exposure a little bit. Adjusting the exposure down will still give you the benefits of the reduced noise while giving the appearance that you want. Now, to take it even one step further, you can bracket it and then combine them into an HDR shot. So I'll enable bracketing on my camera now and take a shot. So my camera is taking 3 bracketed shots, each 2 stops apart. Back at the computer, I'll be able to combine those together. It will use the shadows from the overexposed photo and the highlights from the underexposed photo. This provides a greater dynamic range that I could get in a single shot. This does a couple of things. For one, it provides much more detail in areas that would otherwise be dark or overexposed. It reduces noise in the picture overall, but most importantly, it increases the dynamic range of the picture. Now, here's one more quick tip. Set your camera to delay the release of the shutter. I like to use just a 2-second shutter delay. That's enough to eliminate any camera shake that you might get from pushing the button itself. You'll find a lot of your pictures might be shaky, even if you use a nice, sturdy tripod, just because your finger shakes the camera a little bit. So this was for my book, Stunning Digital Photography, which has an entire chapter on night photography, as well as technical details like understanding the relationship between ISO and shutter and aperture and how to use your histogram. You can check it out on Amazon or on iBooks. And if you like this video and you want to see more, click subscribe above, and please click like down below. Don't forget to check out our Facebook page. It's Northrup Photography. Thanks.
Sorry, is it professional photography, is it?
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
Okay.
God bless you.
You too.